Hello there. Greetings, and welcome to our week. Um, it's been a while, and I am glad to be back. And thank you for watching. Thank you for staying in tune with ABC Network 24. My name is Judith, and I am your spiritual psychologist. So today we're going to look into this topic: true gold, fear no fire. True gold, fear no fire. That's a metaphorical statement right there. And do you know yourself? Give me 1 second. Let me share. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. That is done. Thank you. Yes, we are back, and we are here to continue with our teachings on um, divine consciousness. You know, everything here is about awakening our divine consciousness, connecting with our divine consciousness, because we are not just ordinary human, we are gods or divine beings who are here to experience, our humanity and all the material things. But what has happened to us is that from generation to generation, we keep forgetting our true self, the true nature, the higher self, the divine consciousness. And we are stuck in a place where we are mentally and physically controlled by things and people. So, how do we get out of there? Every teaching here focus on how we can get ourselves out of this paradigm that humanity finds itself being trapped for so long, that there are so many things that we need to enjoy. We need to live in harmony with one another, but certain factors and people have caused the majority of the humans to stay in ignorance, in suffering, and also in oblivion about themselves. So when you see topics like true gold, fear no fire, it just simply means a clear conscience fears no evil. A clear conscience fears no evil. You're not afraid of the challenges when you embody the truth, because it is truth that begets justice. Truth evolves to bring justice in any aspect of our lives. Without truth, there will be no justice. I have demonstrated and showed us here the four stages of consciousness, because consciousness is that being in us, that higher self, that moral aspect in us that guides us into being you know, a better human or a better version of ourselves. So if trample on the truth or batter the truth, then we will not find justice. You will not find justice. So, do you know yourself? Do you know yourself? If you don't know who you are, then people and things will control you. They will control you, they will control your children, they will control your children's children, because that is just how the world is designed. And last time I was here, I talked about the three levels of hell to give us a glimpse of what our human nature, experiences. When you stay in that human mindset or consciousness, that is what you get. Things and people will always control you until you become a master of your mind and your thoughts, your desires. That's how you're going to evolve to that God nature or divine nature. Okay? So, people remain silent in the midst of injustice due to fear. Some are compromised from fake promises of, a government position, like in this case, La Republique, where some Amazonians, have been compromised. We have seen for these 9 years that many who started from the beginning, they have dropped out of the race because of these factors, that they are either in fear of the unknown, because they are not sure that, oh, this revolution, this liberation fight is going to yield any fruit. So that fear alone of the unknown has caused some of them to drop out of this race. And others, they have been compromised um, by the La Republique and the France, government, who have promised them positions in the La Republique government. So they have been compromised. And some have received bribe to betray Amazonia. These ones don't have no aspiration of getting any position, but they just want their money because they are greedy people, and they took the money. And you see how from time to time they come to inject negative or false and information to get the population confused, because that is what they have signed up with La République and the French government. Okay, so this is all what we're talking about, the truth, that these people, because they don't know themselves. So if you don't know yourself, you can just easily, sell out. You can easily give up. You can easily deny your own identity. And that's what has happened here. And when we talk of true gold, fear no fire. Hmm? Why gold? In your Bible, your Quran, Torah, and many of these religious books, you see that the authors, they use these different earth metals to describe, certain situations. And when we read those stories or scriptures, and you're thinking that these were considered literally, no. As I keep saying, I'm here to give us the esoteric meaning of those teachings. You know, gold here, when we look at gold, how gold is being refined, processed to get its purest form, it takes a lot of heat, the fire, that the fire is set at a certain temperature to make sure that this gold is molded, the impurities come out, and then processed, and we have the purest form. And purest form of gold, I think it was 2 or 3 months ago, I hear it was in the world market, a kilogram of gold was sold at $103,000. $103,000, a kilogram of gold, right? So when they use these metals to describe and use it in our religious books, they were trying to show you the spiritual meaning and aspect of you. And when we are talking about spirituality, it's about your divine consciousness. So gold, just like the consciousness, has four phases that it goes through: truth, conscience, righteousness, and justice. Those are the four phases of consciousness. Same too with these metals that they have used in your Bible, your Quran, and all of that, that I'm going to show you today. That when you read those scriptures in your religious books, you know the meaning, what it implies, and so you can apply it in the right way. So here are the four spirit metals that define the four phases of consciousness. Look at that. Gold there represents truth. Bronze represents conscience. Silver represents righteousness. And iron represents justice. I'm not going to go into the properties and um, the different aspects of those metals. Today, I'm just to show you that these four metals, they represent the different phases of consciousness in you. So when you read them, you don't take them literally. Take them as they have esoteric meaning or deep meaning, spiritual meaning. And that way you can understand your Bible, your Quran, your Torah in the way that it will help you to grow spiritually. Okay? So that's why this topic says, "True gold fear no fire." Because fire, when we talked last time, fire is the creator spark. That divine spark in you that begins to create things. Anything that we see out there that humans have created, all the ideas, they started from that divine spark. It was not a physical fire, it was a spiritual spark that represents truth. That things are being molded in truth, things are being shaped in truth. So you see why there is so much crisis, conflict around the world, because the few people who are controlling the world, they want to distort. That is why they're coming up with all sort of strategies to distort the truth, to batter the truth. So when people don't know the truth of anything, then you stay in that a state of ignorance, oblivion, forgetfulness. You don't know who you are. You don't know how things are. So you stay in that place. And that's why in this revolution, they have done everything to create awareness using this media that we are using today, ABC Network 24, to educate our people. They're using WhatsApp, all these social media platforms to educate our people. Because if you are misinformed, then you will make the wrong decisions, and then what you see out there, it will be chaos. Okay? So, do you know yourself? Because if you know yourself, then you will go through the fire. You will go through the fire. You will stand in truth in everything, whether you are faced with difficulties, challenges, or whatever that they throw at you, you will stand in truth, because truth is that fire that shapes you, that molds you, that transform your character, that makes you to have some dignity and integrity, that people can rely on you. They can depend and believe and trust in you because they have seen that you stand in truth. And that's what our leader, the president of Ambazonia, the Federal Republic of Ambazonia, President Dr. Samuel Ikomesako, that is what he stands for, truth. And so for these um, 8, 9 years, he has stood the test of time. Whatever they throw at him, he stands there firm, convicted in his belief that this is what is required for our people. Ambazonia needs to be free for our people, our children, to live in a free and a sovereign nation, that they too can use their minds and live like other children in other parts of the world, where they do things in their own and live as independent human beings. Not having children that have gone to school, go to the university, and come back, no jobs, and then they are sitting at home looking at their parents every morning. They want to get something. Oh, you've eaten. So how long are you going to stay as a child? How long? How long are our children going to remain children? That they will not grow up, they will not become independent, that they will not use their minds to think. So we are the never again generation. The never again generation just simply means this generation is awake. And it's awake and it is standing for truth, and it's going to go through all the tests that they're going to throw at them, whether it is the last man standing. Ambazonia must be freed. It must be freed. Come rain, come shine. So that's why when you see the president talking about truth, the communication secretary, Dr. Mongwa, talking about truth, many media houses talking about truth, is because we are holding that baton. Huh? That Olympic baton, when they light it up in fire, it is to show truth. That truth goes through stages. And when it goes through those stages, the end is justice. The right person, the right thing to do is to bring justice, give people their freedom, allow people to have their own fair share, nations to be sovereign. That is what we stand for. So, do you know yourself? Self-knowledge is about knowing who you are and knowing who God is in you. Do you know the God that we're talking about, the God within? Because that God within has its own principles. The principles of truth, of conscience, of righteousness, and of justice. Those are the principles of the God within. So who is to embody that God within? It's you. That concept of truth, who embodies it? You. So each time you declare that I stand for truth, you are saying, I am God. I am the God of truth. I have a conscience. I am doing the right thing. I want to deliver justice. You are declaring that. So you will not see any God coming from the sky to come and fight for justice. No, it is us, because we have personified that God. We have embodied those principles, and we are the ones to bring that God here on earth. So when people are faced with challenges, they are faced with the issue of bribery and corruption that we saw this struggle when we started. Oh, people came, they were contributing and all of that. Yes, yes, yes. Some thought that, oh, we're going to have this independence the next day or the next year. You see? And when nothing was done, nothing happened the following year, 2 years, 3 years, you see they're dropping. They're dropping out like flies. They're dropping out. They're dropping out, because they were not grounded in truth. When those things come, they come to shake you up. They come to mold you. Are you going to stand firm? Do you have any integrity? Because when you have self-knowledge, know who you are, and know the principles of God in you, no one can take you out of the race. No one can take your shine. Hmm? Because that truth is that spark that lights up. The more you're withstanding or overcoming those obstacles, the more the light shines in the dark, because you are the way maker. Like one musician sang it. Is it who the caller Shinaj? You are the one to pave the way with that light in you. We all carry that light. But why are some of us so scared to shine the light? Some drop out of the race because they have loved ones who are working with La Republique, who have called them and warned them, oh, don't do this. If you do this, you're going to jeopardize our jobs, and jeopardize our relationship and all of that. And family members who are working with La Republique, they will tell you all those things. Oh, drop it, drop it. And some they drop. But do you know you are hurting your own higher self? Some people say that your present self and your future self. Huh? You are hurting your future self, because the decision that you make today, it will affect your future self. That decision that you made to drop out of the race of this liberation fight, this revolution, it will affect your future self. Because all we are doing here, when this question asks, do you know yourself? Because there is this human self that interacts with all of these experiences that we go through in our day-to-day life. But there is an inner higher self, that higher self that you need to submit to, you need to connect, align with, so as to empower you, because that is where you have the power to do anything. When you submit or you align, connect with your higher self, that's when you have that courage and power to do things. That's when you have that courage and power to overcome all the obstacles, the challenges that are thrown on your path, until you submit. That's why I keep saying we are gods having a human experience. There is no God in the sky. And people who are so religious than spiritual, they'll come and say, oh, take that your thing, where is the God? God is far away. And so some people have already entered that Godhood, they enter their higher self. They still don't know that they have entered their higher self, because they are still believing in a mediator. Huh? You're still believing in your mediator. But then knowing yourself need what? That self-knowledge. Self-knowledge, that self knowledge, self-identity, that you need to really position yourself correctly to know who you are. That it is you. When they talk of transformation, means what? You're changing the form. The form that your religion gave you, that this is the form that is the mediator between you and your God. You are not transforming that to put your own form there, that you are the God. Because it's only you who is standing in your way of Godhood. It's only you, nobody else. So when you put that, your own identity correctly, fit it there in that place of transformation, that's how you're going to transition. That's how you're going to transition to your God self, to that divine nature that we're talking about. That's how you're going to transition. But when it comes also to in the collective, like this Ambazonia struggle of revolution, which is the collective, you see people who are still standing at this point in 9 years is because they have done what? They have embodied the struggle. They have embodied the revolution. They have embodied the liberation, that till freedom comes, we're not going to back down. That is why the struggle or the revolution is still on. Dr. Sako keeps reiterating this. I stand for truth. My principles and everything about God is grounded in truth. So you who don't believe in truth, don't believe in the Amazonia dream of liberation, you don't believe in that, you cannot stay here. You can't stay there. Because truth is that place where it is molding you to prepare you to your higher self. Preparing you to your higher self. But if so many things, impurities and all these things that are happening, they come and they bring colonizers come up with different paradigm each time. Every generation they are changing things. Now it's democracy and all of that. It's because they want you to stay there in that place. And that's why you see, because you cannot transcend that place of truth, and then they call it Satan. They tell you that's where Satan is. Satan is the author of confusion. Satan is the author of suffering. Satan is the author of this. But those things, because you are in this physical realm, this human realm, they ought to happen. But the problem now is you. How do you deal with those issues that you rise above them and not get trapped, not get stuck in that place? How do you do that? Because there will always you will always have problems. Things will always happen in this world. People will always control other people. Nations will always control other nations. It has been like that because this is the place where we struggle to get out when we know our correct identity. You can only get out of that fire, this human aspect of fire, a concept of fire. You can only get out of there when you come to know your true self. That's when you remember who you are. And that's why the question goes, do you know yourself? Do you know you? Because sometimes we are caught up in this materialistic world, and we have forgotten who we are. And so some of us, we have just lost sight in the sufferings and the happenings that are going on around us, even in our countries. We have lost sight. We don't care about our surroundings. We don't care about other people. So long as you have what you have for yourself and your family, you are okay with that. And so this generation is waking up, that people are waking up like no other generation, because these things have been in past generations. But the one in this present dispensation, they are waking up to realize that no, these things are wrong. These treatments are inhumane. No, we cannot continue to do this to our own fellow brothers and sisters, because what you do to me is what you do to that brother, your that sister is what you're doing to me. Because why? That person that you are hurting is a reflection of what is going on in your mind. So if you don't stand up to stop that thing, to stop that wickedness, then it means you are an accomplice. Are you hearing us, people? We are each other's keeper. We are halves of each other. So if I see a person or a nation like Amazonians who are being brutalized on a daily basis because of their own country, and I, being an Amazonian, because I'm privileged to be out of the country, and then I give a blind eye uh, on their sufferings. Since I can afford for myself and my family, then I don't care about them. It means I'm an accomplice of what La Republique is doing and Frank they're doing to our Amazonian people. Because that is what is going on in my mind. For you not to speak up, for you not to come and draft, for you not to get involved in this revolution, that they're asking for money for diplomacy, they're asking for money to support our fallen heroes and their families, all of that, it means you are an accomplice. Because they say what? As within, as without. In your Christian Bible, they say as in heaven, as on earth. Your situation, the experiences that are going on, that is a reflection of your mind. It means if you were there in La Republic, you would do the same thing on your people, whether directly or indirectly. That's the truth of the matter. Huh? So when they're talking of love your neighbor as yourself, it's because we are each other's reflection. So if I don't take care of that problem out there, then it means I am happy within. I'm also in alignment with La Republique on what they are doing to my people. Don't you know that? Don't you know that, Amazonians? Those of you who are standing on the fence or wherever you are standing, huh? So true gold fear no fear, no fire. If you stand up for the truth, if you stand up as truth, if you embody truth, then you have to go all the way to deliver justice. And that's why Dr. Sako is still standing. They have tried everything. They have come with their bribery and corruption. They have done everything, sent people who were close to him like this, who could have taken him out by even poisoning. They have not succeeded. Because that truth, that fire there, huh, it removes impurities. It clears out and reveals, because it's a light, the spark of God within you. It will remove those impurities. It will reveal those bad things, bad people, people with very dubious minds. It will reveal and they will reveal themselves in due time. So whether you are still in this government and you have that dubious mind, you will still reveal yourself as long as this revolution is ongoing. You will reveal yourself. So he said, I'm not afraid. I am not afraid whether to die or to live or to do what, whether you're coming. I'm not afraid, but I am here to do the right thing. And what are you afraid of? You will drop out of the race. You are seeing the suffering of your people. Some of you think that, oh, those charity that you're doing, that is, you want to take the effect, solve the problem at the effect level. No, there is a causal factor why your people are out there suffering, begging, dying and being killed. Like, there's a causal factor. Can you go there? If you are taking care of the effect, can you also come and support the cause? Can you also come and support the cause? So when you do that, then it's going to expedite this struggle, this revolution, this independence, sovereignty, the recognition. It's going to expedite it. Do you have more money? Give to free your people. Do you have any less? Give to free your people. Don't sit there and say, oh, I have this money. Oh, this one is giving just this amount. Look at the fingers. Are they the same? No, they're not the same. Each one have its own length, different. No two of them are the same. So if you have the money, bring it and support to free your people. There is nothing more valuable than saving lives. Nothing. Because you don't know that person that you're going to save. Those Amazonians that you're going to save, they're going to be great scientists coming out from there, great engineers coming out from there, great doctors, great, artists, great that the world has not seen. And you just want those talents to perish there by those brutal forces of La Republique, those profane individuals that are so filthy in every way. So identify yourself correctly. When you identify yourself correctly, then the fire, the challenges, the difficulty, you will not be afraid of them. You will not be afraid of them. So, until you identify yourself correctly, that's how you're going to transition. You transition to that divine nature. You transition to your higher self. You transition to your future self because you have seen, the present self has seen what is ahead of it. What is ahead of herself or himself? When he take or make that decision today, that Amazonia must be free, you have seen what lies ahead of you, that you're going to live in your own country free, as a free man, as a free woman. You're going to eat all the organic food, not this genetic modified food here, and so many. You're going to have scientists that are going to discover medications and things that will help humanity to heal, not the ones that you are hooked up in drugs and medications for the rest of your life that they cannot cure no disease. Huh? They cannot cure no disease. All they do is to hook you up from one medication to another, and you are there hooked in the rest of your life. But when we have our country, when we have our continent, where people will come up with medications, will come up with, different herbs that will cure people from their diseases. Curing means you are completely healed, whole, not hooked up in medication after medication after medication because they want to enrich themselves in their pharmaceutical companies and all of that. When people who want to come up with ideas on how to heal people on various diseases, they come after you like you are going to bring their business down. When you stand the test of time now, you are patient, you are sincere in what you are doing, you will be in charge of your research, science research labs and all of that. That some mad scientists will not go and be creating labs in the African continent, African countries, and producing GMO mosquitoes that are going to be harming Africans. And when they come, they put this narrative out there. Oh, they're going to create a genetic modified organisms or mosquitoes that will go and kill the female mosquitoes that carry malaria. When I was growing up as a child, we didn't know malaria. We didn't know malaria. A child can just have fever, and that's it. They give you just some few herbs that will just make like this, and you're okay. But now it has become malaria everywhere. Go to Amazonia, people are suffering and dying of malaria. Huh? Malaria, malaria, malaria. You want to come kill malaria mosquitoes, but you don't want the countries to develop. How do you solve an effect, a problem, through the effect without going to the root cause of the problem? How do you do that? How many mosquitoes are there that your genetic modified mosquitoes are going to target? How are they going to target those mosquitoes? And people, because we need to ask questions. President Ibrahim Traore, just of recent, discovered one of those labs in Ouagadougou, and he has destroyed the labs, called the scientists, destroy it and take everything down. Billions of mosquitoes were being bred in there. So if Ouagadougou can discover that, how many African countries have those labs that are hidden just under our nose and our eyes that we don't know? And every day our people are sick and they die mysteriously. You don't know. You don't know. So is it not time for you to come and join and free your people, free your own future self? Now we hear people going to Cameroon who are visiting, Amazonians who are there, they are going to visit, and now they get killed just like that. People going to go visit, just to go build your construction, you want to go construct a home over there, and you get killed. That is what they want you to become this beast that you turn against your own. Turn against your own. Kill your own while you are fighting and bringing all these fear mongering things and all of that, so you don't fight for your own freedom. You are busy fighting now for all those material things. Huh? But the real cause of why you are in that stage, you are not focusing on that. You're not paying attention on that. The real cause why your people are there, they kill you just at random. They have disguised themselves as they claim to be Amber Boys when they are those military men doing all of those killings in our land, in our territory. And they put it as, oh, Amber Boys. Why would Ambazonian kill an Ambazonian? Huh? Why would they do that? But they come, they want to paint it like, oh, this is what they are doing and killing themselves and all. Then you tend to not trust even your own brother that you came from the same home, the same womb. You don't trust. You see how we have turned against each other, and that's what they want. So they can walk into your land and take your resources for free because they don't want to pay a dime. When they give you that 1 billion for trillions of dollars that they are making from your oil, from your mineral resources and everything, and then you are jumping that, oh, you sign a deal with France. You have signed a deal with Britain. You have signed a deal with America. Signed a deal with China. All of that stuff. You don't even know what is under your soil. Huh? And when you see people like President Sako and Dr. Mongwa, all these other ones, who and the fighters, the ASA, una cafe day up. Una cafe day up. Keep it up. Keep it up. And the civilians who are there obeying the ghost towns, when the few who are just lost in translation, when you see your own people fighting for your own future self, you turn around and sit and say, that will not thing. Those of you who were supporting Kanto, where are you today? Huh? Not take shame die, yeah? Not take shame die. Come join. Go for your LGA. Go and join and draft. You hear? Go join your LGA and draft. Okay? So that's how you're going to transcend when you know your true self identity. Correct one. No be that ye thing. I be Ambazonia today, I be this tomorrow. I be this today, I be this tomorrow. No. Stand straight. Are you straight? Hmm? Do you speak with clarity? Do you speak with a sense of reasoning? Do you have a purpose? Do you have a vision that you see Ambazonia, the future Ambazonia, the futuristic? Do you see Ambazonia as a free and sovereign nation? That's what we are doing. Huh? That's what we are doing. So when that time comes, when these teachings they're entering and all the audios that go out, everything that you watch on ABC TV, and the president, audios and all of that, the ANSC, the audios, all those things, it's just to wake you up. Wake up. Remember who you are. Before the division came, before the lies that they came and yoke us with this God-forsaken abominable land called La Republique. Huh? Before they came and yoke us, that their experiment that the West did, we were a people with dignity, integrity. We knew who we are. Have you forgotten that your people, your ancestors, our forebears, they ruled themselves with no problem? When they talk of democracy, that was the true democracy that they had back there. Huh? So what has made you to forget who you are? What has made you? For those crumbs, Niger, Burkina Faso, Mali, they are developing at the speed of light because now they have nationalized their own mining companies. Huh? There are resources, and the West is panicking. France is going down. Huh? Nuclear power plants are being shut down. Yeah? Amazonia, you have done it. Keep up the good work. Keep up the good work. True gold, fear no fire. We know the fear face. You hear me? We know the fear face. Amazonian, true Amazonian, fear no face. Whether you be who. Huh? Whether you be Satanyao, where they kill Palestinians, we know the fear face. Okay? So stand up for truth. Stand up. Amazonians are waiting for you. The land of Amazonia itself is waiting for you to stand up for truth. Stop being a coward. Stop being a coward. This is the year, this is the time that the revolution is happening all over the world, that people are waking up. Do you want your name to be written in history? That you'll be remembered as someone who fought for his or her people? Or you're just going to be a coward who chicken out when they throw little crumbs here? Huh? Or you took side because your family members are working in La Republique? Are you going to be that person? Where is the La Republique itself? Crumbled to nothing left to write home about. Crumbled. Kaput. Nothing to write home about. So I don't know what you are fighting for that. People of Amazonia. It says every person or nation who triggered you was unconsciously helping you identify the specific frequencies where your consciousness get stuck. You hear that? So the things that we have gone through for these 60 years plus, that is a mirror of what we have been, our state or our level of consciousness. And that level of consciousness is that level of truth. Because we did not know our own true self. So we allow other people like La Republique, shit no white blast, to come and be controlling us. All that area of Fako, everywhere they say is full of filth, because they have brought their filth over there across the Mongo and come and just mess up our beautiful cities. Mess up our beautiful cities. You have your cribby there. Why are you not going to your cribby? Now you have owned Victoria. You've hijacked Victoria. You have cribby C now. Go there. You say it's what kind of a city? OPEC city. Go and live there. So now that you remember who you are taking the leap of faith. That is the confidence to explore higher potentials, higher possibilities. Because it is only when you cross that threshold, that's when you're going to explore the great things that are in you, that mental resources, your mental capabilities. When you come to know or realize who you truly are, then you, in confidence, you stand up with courage to take what rightfully belongs to you. Because you know now what is under your soil. You know that the capacity of your people. What it means to have people. You know all of that. Before, you didn't see the need. We were just focused about, oh, my family, oh, I want to fall bush, go to America, Europe, and all of that, and take care of my family and all of that. No, if you took care of your family, then the roads are there, no hospitals, nothing. When you go to visit and you happen to fall sick or you have an accident, where are they going to take you to? Have you asked yourself about these realities? Where are you going to go to? After you've been in America or Europe for so many years, enjoying their own health care system, sophisticated healthcare system, and then you go to visit and just accidentally you got yourself into an accident. What are you going to do? They take you to those hospitals, huh? Where mosquitoes will bite you until, huh? So those of you who are still looking at this thing like, these 9 years, you think that it will go away. It will not go away until we have our freedom. Yes, it will not go away. So those Western powers, France, Britain, America, Europe, and all of them, that they're going to sit in that United Nations Security Council next month, you better bring up Amazonia. If you don't bring it up, there will be no La Republique. Huh? You hear me? There will be no La Republique. Because you like to come and show up when things are really, really bad. And we will give it to you water. Enough of this hypocrisy. You sit there, people are destroying themselves, that you are the cause of the problems. And you don't want to fix the problem. You give a blind side because you want to walk into their land and collect their resources for free. We come to your own countries, we pay taxes in everything that we do. But you want to go to Africa and take their resources for free without paying a dime. And yet you go to your Wall Street. There is our resources that you are trading on Wall Street. So if you don't bring up Amazonia in this September session that is coming, then there will be no La Republique. Enough of this hypocrisy. I'm calling on America, calling on France, Britain, all of you who are there sponsoring La Republique to kill Amazonians. If you don't bring up our issue this September, then there will be no La Republique. I can guarantee you that. Enough of this hypocrisy. We come to your countries, we pay taxes, we do everything, abide by the laws of the land. But you want to go to a land not following any laws. It's not going to work anymore. This generation, the never again generation, will not sit back and tolerate that. So I'm calling on every Amazonian to rise up. Rise up. And you have seen, those of you who are believing on a La Republique, you have seen what they have shown you again, that they don't love you, they don't care about you, they don't care about your people. All they want is to survive on your resources. So it is time to stop playing that game. Stop dancing that Bayan dance. It's not helping you. So come and join your LGAs, come and draft, and let's fight this thing to the finish and kick these people out of our land. Huh? Kick them out of our land. Do not be afraid. They are humans like you. So when they say iron sharpen iron, the things that they are using, we're going to use them too on them. We're going to use them too on them. So it is time to respond. Huh? He said, this generation of Amazonians choose to respond to reality rather than merely reacting to it. Because your reaction is what some of you go there and be doing all those charities and all of that stuff. You think your people will continue to stay from generation and to generation, give birth in slavery and living on handouts? Their children will live on handouts, begging for mercy, for something that belongs to them? No. That's why this generation of Amazonians, they choose to respond rather than react. Huh? We choose to respond because responding, you go to the root cause of the problem. But when you are reacting to all of this effect that you see, it's not going to solve the problem. I'm not saying you should not help people. Each one of us have family members and friends that we are helping out there. But for how long? For how long? They go there, they don't have no money, they don't have no jobs, they don't have nothing, they don't have even food now because everybody is running out of the village to the city. They don't have food. People are starving. So for how long are we going to continue with this hypocrisy? So it is time. When you respond, you employ your mental and spiritual tools to change that reality, to change the effect. You hear that? You change the effect by responding. And that's why when Dr. Sako came to power, he said, no, we cannot fight these people with only diplomacy. We need the ASA. This is how they'll hear. They say, fly away, not the hear road, you go hear bam. Huh? For follow thy man for grave. So, my brothers and sisters of Ambazonia descent, now is the time to come and fight to finish this fight. Come and write your name in history. Do not be afraid of anything. If you want to be an undercover, send your money. You become anonymous. We will collect the money. Huh? Support your people and stop this untold suffering. All right? So your future self will be waiting for you to remember the infinite possibilities within you. Let's transcend the limitations and the patterns that have been in place for far too long, that has tend to make our people look small. Even us living in these foreign countries, we are looking small in their eyes. Huh? They can just pick you up any day, any time, and say, oh, you're going back to your country. That is what. So I don't know how you look at it, but this is my take for today. Ambazonia belongs to us, and we're going to fight to reclaim it. So join us as we take back what belongs to us. Thank you for watching, and let me know what you think in the comment section. Have a wonderful week. Bye.